Hello soulmate, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nilo and you're watching Nilo Stitches. Today's tutorial I'll be learning how to cut and sew this circle dress, which is tied at the shoulder. It has a strap that you can tie on the shoulder or at the shoulder. Okay, so I made use of 2 yards of African print, and then the down part I bought 1 yard, but I did not finish the 1 yard of the black material. Okay, if you are new to my channel, please hit on the subscribe button below, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and share. And this is the fabric I'll be using. Like I said, I made use of 2 yards. Okay, so this is 2 yards that I cut out from the fabric, and then I'm going to fold into 2. So when I measure, like so, is 36 inches. So I'll go ahead and fold again, making it 4 folds because we are cutting the back and the front together. Okay, so now I'm going to fold again as if I'm making an A-shaped dress. I'm not going to fold it like a full circle like so. I'm not folding like this as if you're making a circle dress. I'm just going to stop somewhere at the middle because my client is on the big size and she don't want the flare to be too full. So I'm just going to stop somewhere here like so. Okay, don't worry guys, I'll still use a pieces of fabric to illustrate to you guys. So this is what I did. I'll be using these pieces of fabric to show you guys how I fold. So this is the pieces. From here to here is 2 yards, and I fold the 2 yards into 2, making it 1 yard, and then I'll go ahead and fold. I did not fold up to this edge. I stopped somewhere at the middle like this. Okay, as if you're making an A-shaped dress. This is where I stopped. Okay, so that's how I fold this. And next I'm going to get her bust divided by 4 plus 1.5. So her bust is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10 plus 1.5, making it 11.5. So here I'm marking my 11.5 right here like so. Okay, so on that 11.5 line, I'm just going to use my ruler to chalk it very well. So on that line I'm going to go up by 4 inches. I'll go up by 4 inches like so. 4 inches, and I'm going to connect that with a straight line also like this. Okay, so from this center front here I'm going to come down by 2 inches. So that's the folded part. It's going to be the neckline, and then I'll go in by 4 inches, which is her shoulder divided by 4. Shoulder divided by 4, and then I'll connect like so. Shoulder divided by 4. Her shoulder is 16 divided by 4 is 4. Okay, so here I'm going to mark her actual bust measurement, which is 10, and then I'm going to curve the armhole. Okay, I'm going to curve the armhole like so. So you still use the 1.5, the exact 1.5 I added, which is the ease allowance and sewing allowance. Okay, so from this shoulder now I'm going to take the length. The full length of the dress is 36, but I'm going to be taking out 6 or 5 inches for the black material that will be at the down part. So you can decide what you want. So place your tape on 4 like so. On the shoulder line, you place your tape on 4 because we did -4. And then you rotate your tape to mark the length you are working with. So in this case, I think I'm using 31. Okay, 31. I used 5 inch for the down part, so I think I'm using 31.5 here, or whatever it is you want to use. You can -5 inch, you can -6 inch for the downside, and then you just add ½ inch for joining of that down part to this dress. Okay, so what I marked is 30.5. 5 inches is for the joining allowance, and the down part is going to be like 6 inches. Okay, I think so. I think that's what I did here. So whatever length you're working with, you minus the down parts. You can use 5 inches for the flounce. You can use 6 inches for the down part. So it all depends on you, your choice. Okay, so I'm cutting it now. Then I'm cutting the armhole. Like I said, this is the front and the back. So the armhole, the neckline, they are all the same thing. So I'll cut the neckline right now. So next, I'll open this up because it's still on fold. I'm going to just open this side up like so. And in case you have any shortage, like mine has a little bit of shortage at the down part, all you need to do is to, but before then, let's mark our pockets. So this armhole is 8 inches, okay? It's 8. So I'll place 8 like this, and then I'll mark the waistline of which is 17. Her waistline is 17, and from there I'll mark 7 inches down. I place my tape on 8 at the armhole, and then I marked 17, which is the waistline, and from that waistline 17 I marked 7 inches down, and here I'm notching the point I marked. That's where the pocket is going to sit. Okay, so as I was saying, here is not up to the length, so all you need to do is to just get a pieces and cut the shape, or you join first of all. After joining, you now fold it again and trace out the exact shape. Okay, so I'll just place this together like so. I'll just cut out a little bit of the excess. So after joining, I'm going to trim out everything. So I just cut out a little bit like so. I'm going to take this to the sewing machine, and then I'm going to join. Okay, so after joining, you flip over like this and trim out the excess like so. Okay, so I'll join before I do that. So this is how you are going to join, right side facing the right side of each other like this. Right side facing the right side of each other, and then you sew. So I want to use my pin to secure it so that I will show you guys. Okay, you sew like so. After sewing, you open it up and then flip to the other side and cut out the same shape like I showed you guys. So this one is for the second part. I'm going to sew like so. I'll use pin to secure it too. Okay, so after sewing, you're going to flip over like this and turn around like so and trim out the excess. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do now, and we'll move ahead. So for the flare of flounce at the downside, what you need to do is to measure the downside of your flare like this. Whatever you get, you times it times 2 because this thing is on fold. So on fold is 20. When I open it up, it's going to be 40. So 40 times 2 will give us 80. So I'll be using 80 for the front panel, 80 for the back panel. And this is the fabric I'll be using for it. So the width is 80 inches, and I joined fabric together to be able to get that length. Okay, to be able to get that width, and then the length is what I minus from my actual gown length. Okay, plus 1 inch. Remember, we minus 6 inches plus 1.5 inch. That's 7.5 inch. That is the length of this flare. So next, I'm going to measure my armhole, which is 8, and you'll be adding the minus 4 that we are cutting out. 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay, is 12. So because this thing is going to be a strap that she can tie on the shoulder, you'll be adding extra 12 inches. So you'll be doing the 12 times 2, making it 24. So you cut 24 for the back, 24 for the front. Okay, that means you'll be cutting 4 pieces of 24 because the strap is going to be in 4 places. Okay, 4 pieces of 24. You may decide not to do times 2. You can decide to just add a little bit of a strap. You can even decide to do more depending on what your clients want. So next, I'm going to measure the neckline so that I'll be cutting a strap that I will use to turn the neckline. You can also use bias tape for this. Okay, so whatever you get, you're going to cut a strap for it, or you can use a bias tape. Okay, so here I'm done sewing my pieces together. So I joined the pieces to augment the length of this dress. So here I'm going to kind of trim out the excess. Okay, so I use pieces to make the length to reach the normal length. Okay, so here I'm done doing that. As you can see, it's not too visible. What you need to do next is to give this a very good press, and you're done. Okay, as you can see. So next I am going to show you the flay for the down part. Here I have folded the down side of the flay, and I also gather the upper side of it. So the gathered part is going to be the one that I'm going to sew on this dress, on the African print fabric. So what you're going to do is to place them right sides facing each other like this. Like this. Okay, so you gather to the length, to your 40 inches, which is the width of the dress for the front panel. So you gather to 40 inches, which is the width, and then you're going to place right sides facing each other like this. Okay, and you start joining, you start sewing. After sewing, you flip it over. Okay, so when sewing, if it's not enough, you can know how to go about it. You can either reduce the gathers or increase it. So this other one is for the other side of the dress. Okay, so now we are going to cut the pocket. So you have a straight side like this. All you need to do is you can just put your hand in between the pieces and trace out your hand shape, or but before then you measure 7 inches, which is the length, the width of the pocket. Okay, remember we measured 7 inches for the pocket on the dress. So you put your hand in between like so, and then you're going to trace out the shape of your hands, or you can just curve the way I'm doing. So my pieces is not enough. I just decided to just curve a little bit, even though it's almost the same. Okay, so you cut this out, and this is going to serve as our pocket. Okay, so you need 4 pieces of this, and what I have here is 4 pieces. Right, so this is 4 pieces here. This is 4 pieces, 2 for the front panel, 2 for the back panel. And I'm going to show us how we can attach this. So all you need to do is to bring your fabric, and then you locate where you notched, and you're going to place your pocket right side facing the right side of the dress. Okay, so this is where I notched. I'm going to place it this way, right side facing the right side, and I'm going to stitch down, and then you open it up and top stitch on the pocket. Okay, top stitch on the pocket like this. Place it right side facing each other like so. You sew with 1/4 inch, and you flip over and top stitch on the pocket. Okay, so here I've done that, and I did it to the all the pocket area. Okay, so this is it. I fixed it, and I've also fixed the ruffles at the down part. So for the neckline, here is a pieces I cut out for the neckline, and the width is the length is 1.5 yard, while the width is just the width of my neckline. So I'm going to place it like so on the right side, and then on the wrong side, and then I'll sew to this point on the wrong side, and then I'll flip it over to the right side. Okay, so here I've sewn the pocket on the wrong side. I'm going to notch it before I take it to the machine and flip it over. So here I'm notching the pocket, the neckline, so that it will relax better. So I'm going to take this to the machine again, and then I'll flip it over to the right side like this. So this method is called piping. This is how I pipe my neckline. So I'm going to sew top stitch on the pieces like this up to the end of the neckline. Okay, so I'll go and do that, and I'll be back. I'll do the same thing to the other side of the pieces also. So here I've done that. For the armhole, remember we measured the armhole. Okay, remember we measured the armhole. Whatever you get plus the 4 inches that we minus, which is going to be the strap, and I said is 12, and then because we'll be tying it on the shoulder, I said 12 times 2 will give us 24. So this is the pieces I cut for the strap. Okay, the length is 24 inches or almost 25 or so. Okay, so that is the length I want to use, and the width is 2 inches. See, I'm getting confused. I don't even know which one is width and which one is length. Guys, I hope you're following me. Okay, so what I measured, the width is 24 inches, while the length of the strap is 2 inches. Okay, I hope I'm right. So you're gonna fold ½ inch on both sides like this and iron, and then you fold again into 2 like so. I hope this is clear enough. You know, it's okay, it's almost 3 inches, so it depends on your client, what if your client wants it bold or small. Okay, so this is it. I've done that. I folded ½ inch on both sides and then fold again into 2. Okay, and then fold again into 2. So now I'm going to start fixing it like so, like this. You open it up and fix your armhole into it like this, and then you sew up to this end, like this, and then straight to the end of the strap. So straight to the end of the strap to close it up. Okay, so you are going to repeat this to all the strap on the armhole, to all the armhole side. Okay, that is how you're going to fix them. So here I'm done doing all that, as you can see. Okay, I'm done doing all that, and I also shape the side of my dress. So this is how I shaped. 1 inch allowance. I enter the pocket using ½ inch. I come out again and continue with my 1 inch down to the length. Okay, so I said from the armhole I shaped with 1 inch. Even the same thing to this other side, because we added 1 inch for sewing allowance. So from the armhole, you're going to shape from the armhole with 1 inch. You enter the pocket and shape the pocket with ½ inch, and then you come out and continue with your 1 inch up to the hem, and you are done. This is the final result. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and share this video. If you have any question, you can still ask me on the comments and I'll explain better. I will see you on my next tutorial. I love you guys. Bye.